Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. My name is Osa. We are playing Farming Simulator 25 on Alma, Missouri, and this is having issues. Okay, what's the deal, guys? I might need a different mower set. Oh, that's such a pain in the butt. Okay, excuse me while I look things up. So we have mowers. These mowers, which are 70 plus 180, 160, 230 horsepower. 230 horsepower, and let's have a look here. Nothing exciting. What's the deal? Why is it not cutting those bits? That's not what I want. I want to look here and here and vehicles and John Deere 8R280 is 326 horse. There is not a problem with this tractor hauling this piece of equipment. So, what other mowers are there? Oh, there's the Kern, 60 and 120. Ooh, well, maybe. I'm going to leave this doing this one for now, but I am strongly of the opinion that this piece of equipment is not having a good time. Next, you are on the roller. We have finished rolling. Thank you. Hang on a minute. Get out, get back in. This is the 6R250. This is the big one. So I'm going to hitch this up on the weeder, which is this, because it's March 1. We've got all the companies in the ground, and we now have to just run around and do minor jobs around the farm, including pulling up the weeds in the cotton fields. So we'll start with this. Hi, doggy. I'm going to start with the field that is furthest away from the farm, and we'll work our way closer. I'm not going to. A worker is going to. And then, once that's done, I will spray the fields with the other 6R. The one with the smaller wheels and the narrow tyres. What I might do, yeah, okay. What I will do is I'll do the big field that's in the main area of the farm, and then I'll just follow this thing round. Still, long way to run. But for the first time ever, I'm doing cotton farming. Just don't have a cotton harvester to do it with. And turn the helper on. Alrighty, so killing crops yet, so that's good. And apparently we only need a regular weeder for this. I don't actually need a hoe, but the only thing I've got is a hoe, so we will hoe the fields. I'm going to jump out here and get in its way. Yeah, weed small. And on this side, still says weed small. That's a concern. Let me go here. And here. No, it's definitely pulling the weeds up. You can see that. And all the fields got rolled as well. So that's another good thing. Okay, that's working. So now I need to go and find the 6R155. That would be a good start. Let's turn this on. You know what? I think I'm going to clean this. Although it does take a little while to clean this one. Okay, that's sufficient. Oh, excuse me again. So as part of Christmas, we got a weather station, not a posh one, just one which has a monitor outside and a display panel inside which also monitors some things. And we have discovered our house has zero moisture inside it when the heating's running. And I have issues with that. If the air's too dry, I just can't breathe. And, oh, I forgot to do. Also, if the air is too moist, I get asthma-like symptoms. So, what's ended up happening is I now have, oh, I see. My bedside humidifier, is now in the office during the daytime, so that, is that the wrong way round? It's the wrong way round. That might be the wrong way round. That's a problem. Don't know how that happened, but yeah, that's the wrong way around. Issues. Okay, gotcha. Now let's go fill this up with the liquid stuff, and we can get this job started. Not sure how much, oh okay, we actually have here. That's a good amount though. Okay. So, out into the fields. This field is looking good. So, hold the shift button, unfold everything. Is it Control B? No, Alt B. Yes. Okay, so the detectors are on. All I need to do now is start the spraying. And off we go. I'm going to do this manually, at least for this field. I might do the small fields with GPS because it's just easier that way. But turns out cotton does not need a lot of nitrogen, so we might not make it all the way around the cotton fields, but we should end up with a reasonable amount of fields covered today. So, lots of change of plans this weekend. Mrs. Osa was invited to a baby shower by a friend, but the friend's decided she's not going. And Mrs. Osa doesn't know the woman who's having the baby, so she's not going either. So the boy came over yesterday, and our Saturday looks to be a peaceful indoor thing with bad weather outside later, which is fine. Meanwhile, what else do we have going on? Tomorrow I have a magnetic resonance imaging thing going on in the hospital, so that's about an hour's drive. So that's pretty much half of Sunday done. And we won't be able to go to church in the morning because, hey, the appointment's for lunchtime, which is guessing going to be kind of awkward because people are going to want to eat while it's all happening. And it's not in a part of the hospital that is close to where the food is served. So, in all likelihood, we're going to have a late breakfast, early lunch, and then drive out there and make sure we have snacks, or make sure everybody else has snacks. But then potentially we'll be able to go out to eat afterwards. Because I figure we'll probably be out by, when? After 2 o'clock. So those restaurants that don't close. There are some restaurants that open for lunch, open for dinner, but close in the afternoon. So we'll be able to go to restaurants that don't close for the afternoon. We also have a lot of restaurants that open at 7 o'clock in the morning and close at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so they don't do an evening, which is unfortunate because a lot of them are really good, but you work all day and you sort of finish work, it's like, oh, I would really like to go, oh no, they're closed after 2 o'clock. So, yeah, that's a thing. So I have... the ATAR is running the mower. So I think the weeder's finished. Going to run down to the bottom here. I might do that small field off to the side, which is also covered in cotton. And then we'll go and move the, actually I'll get down to the bottom. We'll jump over to the other 250 and move that over to the next field and then continue with the spray. If you watch me long enough, you'll understand which jobs do I like doing and which jobs do I prefer to hand off to workers. I am actually making out the weeds on this field, which is quite rare. What's with that strip in front of us that still has nitrogen? Don't know. Oh, doesn't really matter. We're almost down to on full IBC. I'll probably have to take the truck over to the town and buy some more liquid fertilizer. Dehydrated liquid fertilizer. Hello, Deadly Shadows. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday stream on Alma, Missouri. How is your weekend so far? Just started. I think I was probably about 3 minutes late. I sat down at 8:29 to start the stream and then thought, oh, I didn't take my meds, and that usually takes a few minutes. So we're running 17 and it is 52, so yeah. But early morning. Haven't really done much yet. This is just my chance to sit back, relax, and do some farming while the rest of the household is sleeping. Okay, that should be, come on, good enough. Turn that off, and let's go find a tractor. Oh, you engine, old. Ah, yes. I think if I'm feeling up to it, I might go down to the basement and paint some model railway track. Because I have a lot of it to do, and might as well get started sometime. That's that. I did a little bit of a test last night, and just to see if what I'm planning to do looks like it's going to work. But you can't tell. Yeah, you paint something, you've got to let it dry before you figure out, yeah, that's what I want it to look like. Especially in modelling. Yeah. You pick a blue, you paint it, and then you say, oh, yeah, that's not quite the shade of blue I wanted. Although I don't play track blue. I used to be, actually, in my youth, I worked for Games Workshop. I worked for the Liverpool store from when it opened. And then I also worked for the store in the plaza in Oxford Street from the point that it opened. the other thing, the thing that I am doing is weathering the track. So, dulling down the rails, making sure the top stays shiny, dulling down the plastic wooden ties, sleepers, whatever you want to call them. And that really is a hit and miss. I've also watched a lot of videos, and they generally suggest it doesn't matter if it looks too bad, because when you get to the end bit, it all gets dulled down. So I am from the UK. I was born in Romford, and lived part of my life in North Wales. I moved to Liverpool, and that's where I was working for Games Workshop. Moved back down to London, worked for Games Workshop, found out I was getting ripped off in the salary scales, so I quit them and worked for the Virgin Game Centre. And then I got a real job working as a computer programmer. And throughout the course of my life, I have worked all around England until Tony Blair's government got in and said, hey, we want all your money. And I said, fat chance, I'm leaving. And so I ended up working in California, then Texas, and now Michigan. And I'm probably going to retire in Michigan. Now, my family is from Wales. I have a distant uncle who learns at least he lived when I knew him, in Llanffoa Pwll Gwyngyll Gogeryll Wyndwabwyl Llantysilio Gogogol. So I went to visit him when I was in North Wales. My grandfather is from South Wales, where all the coal mines were. And he migrated to London during the Second World War and was part of the National Guard. I'm not actually sure what his job was, but he met my grandmother while they were doing the National Guard thing, and she was driving army trucks, ambulance. So that was all the thing. When she when the war ended, she was just handed a driver's license. Oh, you can drive trucks? Here, have a license. You don't have to take a driver's test. So that was kind of funny. My grandfather was, I think he was born around Cardiff area. So that general neck of the woods. And so when it comes to model railways, he was the one who introduced me when I was very, very small. And I have a preference for Great Western steam. My grandfather's railway was 1920s. Mine's come on a little bit. It's 1930. Actually, some of the locomotives I bought weren't introduced till 1939, so it's late 1930s. Oh, excuse me. As I was saying earlier, I have a very dry house and it causes my throat to dry up. So I did come down with the flu over Christmas for about a week, but the symptoms have, what's the word for it? Persisted, because of our house is less than 20% moisture. So I have a bedside humidifier in the office doing its best to keep moisture running in the house. Because if I turn up at the hospital tomorrow with a raging cough and sniffles because my body's doing its best to keep it, all the orifices moisturized, it's just going to, oh, you need to have a mask. Oh, you can't do this procedure today because you have some bad thing going on with you. And it's like, no, my house is just dry.